Good morning. It's Monday. You're watching ClareTM TV, and I am bringing to you today an awesome episode of Motivational Mondays. I have just had the most immense 4 days. I have been in London at the Wealth Dragons boot camp with the amazing John Lee and Vincent Wong. And you know that I'm usually kind of quite pumped up? Well, today you're going to get an even bigger, better, pumped up version of what Clare is normally, because I've just had injection of inspiration for like 12 hours a day for the last 4 days. And today I want to share that with you. Over the weekend, some amazing stuff happened, and there were so many aha moments with the people in the audience, and I just got even more excited because that was the first time that I'd seen John Lee speak live. And just a little slip in for you here, reserve the date 7th to the 9th of June, because I am going to be running the Success Bootcamp 2013 in London, and one of my phenomenal speakers is going to be Mr. John Lee. We have loads of other amazing speakers, but I'm not going to talk to you about them right now. Just mark the day. The details will be coming out literally in the next week. Anyway, one of the things that was really apparent for a lot of the people that were there at the weekend was their why. And one of the things that John really encouraged everybody to do was think about how powerful is your why. What do I mean by this? Do you know what I'm talking about? What's why, Claire? What do you mean? Well, what I mean is, we've all got to have a reason why we do something. There's got to be a bigger reason why we are here doing what we're doing on planet Earth, getting up every day, striving to the future, and attempting to make our mark on the world. Now, my why is really quite simple. I have been through a roller coaster in my life, as many of us have. And many years ago, I was in a really dark place. And I turned my life around, and I moved forward, and I got help, I got support, which brought me to where I am today, which brought me to be sitting here, to be speaking to you, to be motivating and inspiring you guys. And my why is just that. My why is to motivate and inspire as many people on this planet as I possibly can. And do you know why that is? Because there's no need to live in a dark place. There's no need to be a victim. There's no need to blame other people. You have to look within and bring all of this stuff out and look at why these situations are happening in your life if they're not great. Because there's always a reason. You know, I'm a great believer in everything happens for a reason, divine timing, all of these things. When our why is powerful enough, we can change everything in our life that isn't working effectively. But you've got to want it enough, and you've got to have dedication, and you've got to have drive, and you've got to be tenacious. Because sometimes people don't always respond the first time, but they might respond the second or the third time. So you just got to go for it. You've got to go for what it is that you really, really want. The thing is, if your why isn't powerful enough, the little voice will always come in and sabotage what's going on for you. It's a really, really key part of your journey. I can't tell you how important this is. I met this great guy at the event at the weekend, and he was telling me a little bit about his story, and he was telling me about, you know, what his why was originally, and he achieved his why, and then for the last few years he just kind of hasn't really achieved the things that he wanted. And I clearly pointed out to him that the reason for that was because he hadn't got a why anymore. He'd set this goal, he'd achieved it really, really quickly. And then, you know, life is just kind of, you know, one day rolls into the other, and we all know that can happen. You know, one day can just roll into the other, and let's face it, it was January when we blinked our eyes last, and now it's April, and the year is just absolutely flying. So if you were going to do something differently in 2013, have you done it yet? Have you actually got this to happen? Have you achieved it? Because if you haven't, is it because your why isn't powerful enough? The why that we have has got to be really strong. Because if it's not really strong, then guess what? You are not going to make it happen. I want you to think about this. I want you to allocate some time in your diary this week. Schedule some time to think about your why and to think about how powerful it is, and get a journal out and write it down. If we don't write things down and we don't repeat things and we don't consistently repeat what it is that we want, the subconscious doesn't really know what we want, and our focus can be all over the place. We know that. But again, if you've got it ingrained into the subconscious what you really, really want, then guess what? You are going to make it happen. You are going to change things. You are going to go out there and do a really, really phenomenal job of making your mark on planet Earth. So just do it, okay? I want you to pop some comments below. I want you to tell me what came up for you when you watched this video, and what is it that's stopping you from actually making your business the phenomenal thing you want it to be. If it's not, taking it to the next level. Are you already really successful, but you're not quite where you want to be? And if that's the case, what is it that we need to do to take it to that next level? A lot of people think that they can do everything on their own, and in reality, you can't do everything on your own. You know, my coach kicks my butt on a regular basis to make sure that I get the results that I want to get, and I pay her to do that because she is a massive inspiration to me. So again, spend a day just actually looking at how you're using your time if you're not getting the results that you want. Because we can all be busy fools. And believe me, I've been in that camp before, so I know what it feels like. Now I have consistency, I have accountability, and most of all, I have a really, really powerful why. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Take some action, do something differently, and most of all, be you. Because you are the most important asset that you own. So make you phenomenal. Do you really deserve any less? See you next week.